GPTfy, privacy, ethics, data residency, and compliance. GPTfy is a Salesforce AppExchange app to bring artificial intelligence, such as ChatGPT type functionality, into your Salesforce org and provide it to your end users securely, quickly, and in a compliant manner. GPTfy comes to you from Cloud Compliance, a Salesforce AppExchange partner. We have been in the data security and privacy business for more than 4 years, and we took a lot of time to make sure that we address some of the key considerations. Here are some of the areas that we have constantly heard from our customers. There are requirements around regional privacy laws, be it GDPR in Europe, CPRA in California, PDPB in India, and so on. There are ethical considerations around AI, particularly in terms of bias, toxicity, hallucination. There are data residency requirements around AI, such as where will that data be processed by AI, what region does that AI service reside in, and so on. And there are other requirements. Let's start with regional privacy laws. One of the key requirements is how do you enable AI in specific geographies and align with regional laws? If you have a global Salesforce org, how do you comply with CPRA in California and GDPR in Europe? One option is to assign AI capabilities to specific users. For example, you may selectively enable AI access to your US users, but not to European ones. Second part of this is how do you limit AI processing on customer data? In certain scenarios, you may want to not process customers who are resident of a particular region. For example, perhaps you don't want to process data of European customers. Another could be that you only want to process data where there is an explicit opt-in by your customer. A third example of this could be you want to process data where there is a legitimate basis to do so. So the way to do this is to ensure that the prompts are configured to process records either by location or consent. Second part of this is to enable prompt for use cases that are approved for legitimate basis. In this example, you can see that a Salesforce admin can selectively enable specific prompts for a given profile or record type. What this means is you can selectively enable prompts for your users in Europe or United States or other regions. You can control it at a user level, so by named users. You can control it at a profile level. You can control it at a record type level. So for example, if you have different record type for leads from Europe versus leads in America. In addition to this, GPTfy also supports selective record processing, where you can use what is known as a where clause in a SOCL statement to pick only specific records that meet criteria. All of this ensures that AI is only applied in line with your policies. Another area specific to privacy laws is around data retention. GPTfy has a robust security audit capability, and you can specify how long do you want to keep those auditable records. You can a 0 data retention or 30 days or whatever your retention policy is. And GPTfy would automatically delete records once that retention time frame is up. The next area is bias. How do you address this sort of ethical consideration? You can avoid fully automated AI use cases initially to prevent bias. We can ensure that there is always a human in the loop. For example, we can prevent automatically generating and sending out an email and ensure that only a draft is generated, which a human reviews and sends out. It's the simplest, most direct way to address this challenge. GPTfy supports this scenario today completely. Secondly, how do we enforce an AI quality assurance policy to detect toxicity? One way to do it is to apply regular data audits and provide training to spot biases. GPTfy has a complete AI security audit trail for every piece of information that is extracted from Salesforce, masked, and then sent to your AI. So as you can see here, this is the information that was extracted. This is the data that GPTfy masked or removed from it, which was deemed sensitive. and this is what was sent to AI. GPTfy also has a track of what came back from AI and what was presented to the user. By applying a quality audit and review policy on top of it, you can ensure that any toxicity and bias is immediately detected and addressed. Another concern with AI is around hallucination. One option to address hallucination is to set your AI to a lower temperature, a more deterministic and less imaginative setting. In addition, GPTfy supports the ability to adjust it for each AI specifically. So if your Salesforce is connected with more than one AI, be it because of regions, degree of specialization and such, you have a choice of controlling this temperature and ensuring that AI is more deterministic, less imaginative. Second part of this is to ensure AI from misinterpreting your request. And it boils down into two areas. The first is to provide well-grounded prompts which provide enough context to AI. GPTfy supports this really well. The second part of this is to ensure that data is tagged correctly so that AI is not trying to guess what information has been sent to it. GPTfy addresses both of these very well. Here's a screenshot of adjustment of temperature in GPTfy. By keeping the temperature low, we can make sure that AI is less imaginative and more deterministic. Another important consideration is data residency. GPTfy works with one or more AI in your infrastructure to ensure that data is sent to appropriate AI provider so that data sovereignty requirements are addressed. These AI providers are infrastructure components that your organization selects and control. As you can see here, GPTfy offers this rich capability so that your organization's information and technology teams can determine what AI instance is your Salesforce data going to. Finally, another important consideration is to integrate and support third-party data sources. An example of this could be address standardization. It could also be bringing in financial information, ensuring that the data we are processing does not fall in Anti-Money Laundering or Bank Secrets Act or other such compliance and regulatory requirements. GPTfy supports third-party data sources and APIs so that our customers can facilitate this and ensure compliance to requirements as they come along. We hope this gives you a sense of how GPTfy lets you accelerate your Salesforce integration with AI in a secure, Salesforce native and compliant manner. Visit us at gptfy.ai to take a look at more and to book time with us. Thank you so much.